Well, our noble hears the gasps and the beginning of some action down here and is running back down the hallway, weapon drawn, circles around, and tries to make an attack on the gargoyle at close range with his great axe. It is +5 to the attack. Let's see how we do. The bad thing is this thing has resistance to most weapon damage. So this is a great attack. That's going to total a 20. The gargoyle's armor class is 15. So we did definitely hit it. Our damage is 1d12 plus 3, which is also great news. 7, 8, 9, 10. However, it has damage resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons. So that's going to be reduced down to 5 points of damage instead of 10. So the gargoyle also has quite a few hit points. 52 to be exact. So we just kind of chipped it a little bit. Well, that leaves the gargoyle with 47 hit points. Next in the order is our rogue. Well, one rule in the Dungeon Master's Guide talks about flanking, and basically we'll just assume here that our rogue is able to move into the perfect flanking position here and make an attack against the gargoyle. So actually our gargoyle is here, and our noble would have moved there. So our noble actually would have gotten a flanking bonus. I didn't have that gargoyle clearly on a space. So our rogue's going to move over, use the flanking bonus, so he's going to roll 2d20 now. Let's take our regular white die and we'll add in this one here. So we're going to roll this attack roll with the short sword, take the better of the two results. We are adding 5 to the attack. We need to hit a 15. Well, that's terrible. We have a 2 and a 5. Not good enough. So stabs with the short sword, it simply bounces off the stony hide of the gargoyle. Not much else we can do there. I believe it was the wizard was next. Let's see if he's got any good spells that he can use here. Not the best line of sight, but he doesn't want to get engaged with this thing in hand-to-hand combat. Let's see what he can do. Our wizard's going to use a first level spell. Your typical magic missile. There it is. Interesting how that's evolved in 5th edition. It's not just one dart, it actually creates 3. And they all hit. And thankfully this thing doesn't have damage resistance to magic. So it's going to take full damage. We're going to roll 3d4 plus 3. Alright, wizard, save the day for us, would you? 3, 3, and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Solid 10 damage to the gargoyle. So that will take the gargoyle from 47 down to 37 hit points. Alright, next up is our folk hero. He's going to maneuver around, try to get a flanking bonus here, and attack the gargoyle from this side. And that's going to be the 2d20. Attacking with the great sword, it does a little more damage, but the attack bonus is lower than the bow. 2d20. Not so great. Again, we have a 6 and a 3. 6 and a 3 is just not good enough. The attack is deflected by one of the wings of the gargoyle. Fails to land a solid hit. Our cleric Our cleric is ready now. Remember, our cleric was badly hurt and was down to 4 hit points. Let's see what he wants to do. Alright, our cleric, I really don't want him to go down like this. He's got a pretty decent armor class. I think for his action, he's going to drink one of those potions of healing. And that's a 2d4 plus 2 regain of hit points there. And we've rolled a 4 and a 1. So that's a 5 plus 2. That's going to be 7 hit points back. So that takes him back up actually to full, to 11 hit points. Alright, I think I'm going to have the cleric stay. I was going to back him away, but he's back to full hit points. Let's let him stay engaged. So I believe that's everyone. Everyone's had an action, so we're actually going to restart. We don't need to roll initiative again. That could be a house rule if you wanted to be more old school. We'll just stay in the order that we've been, so the gargoyle is back up and going to get another round of attacks on these guys. Now, I don't know exactly how I would play this if I were the DM. I might want to go for the healer and try to take him out. The problem is the healer probably has the best armor class of anybody here. If I went for the weakest character, I would probably go for the wizard or the rogue. I'm also wondering if I should just handle it with a die roll to determine which character the gargoyle would attack. Since he's still pretty healthy, why don't we do that? And maybe if he starts getting really low on hit points, we'll get meaner. So we're going to take a d4. And this thing is getting angry at all of these guys for flanking it like this. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or actually, let's go clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. We've rolled a 1, so it's going to attack the noble over here with its first attack. Remember, it gets 2. So it's going to go with its bite first. We've rolled a 15. I'm sure this is going to hit. Damage with that bite is 1d6 plus 2 damage. Well, that's fortunate. So only 3 points of damage to the noble. So the noble is perhaps bitten on the shoulder, and the claw attack of the gargoyle. We'll go clockwise again. It could be the noble one more time. We've rolled a 3. We're going for the rogue. So let's make the attack against the rogue. I think it has the same 17. Great rolls for the gargoyle. Damage with the claw is also 1d6 plus 2. 5 damage to the rogue. That's going to leave the rogue with 4 hit points. Alright, this indeed is a deadly encounter for our party. Up first is the noble. Slightly wounded, but still determined to do his best to attack. He's going to attack with advantage. So 2d20 on his attack roll. Using his greatsword, or great axe. An 18. That's wonderful. 1d12 plus 3. 7 damage, and we're going to have to cut that in half, probably rounding down. So 3 points of damage only to the gargoyle. Oh boy. A big hit like that, only 3 points of damage. So we'll take that 7 down to a 4. 34 hit points left. The rogue is up next. Also going to attack with advantage here. And we've got a 16 on the white die, so that's going to be a hit Sneak attack damage, so 2d6. Not much. That's a 4, adding 3 to that. Well, another 3 points. Ugh. So take that down to a 1. 31 HP. Our wizard is up. We're going to say that he actually has another magic missile prepared. I think he gets a total of 4 spells that he can... No, he only has 2 spells that he can use. He can prepare up to 4 spells, but he can only use 2 of them. So this would be his second spell. Probably, if I would have prepared these spells in advance, like a responsible player, I probably would have prepared something like Sleep, or one of the defensive spells. Definitely would have had the magic missile, but I probably would have had Sleep or something. I wonder if Sleep could be used here. Sleep is gonna, I think, possibly affect our party members here. That would just be a horrible thing to do. So I think in 5th edition you have to be careful not to target your other party members. I think in 4th edition you didn't have to worry about that. So this is a bit more old school in that way, from what I'm reading so far. Somebody let me know if I've got that wrong. But I don't know if I would have had 2 magic missiles prepared. Or 2... You know, it would have been a prepared spell. I have 2 slots. So yeah, we can do another magic missile. What am I doing? Well, trying to get used to the spell system. So there's a little more flexibility. In the old school, you had to write down the specific spells and cross them off as you used them. But here, you prepare a small number, and then you've got some choice there as far as which ones you want to use to fill the spell slots, which is kind of like your ammo. And you've got 2 shots. So yeah, let's do another magic missile. That's going to be 3d4. 4, a 3, and a 2. That's pretty good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 damage to the gargoyle.